Hey everyone, this is Sawtooth Springs Farm Vineyard, out doing a MidSummer vineyard tour. 2 rows that we got in, plus a lot of pots. So anyway, we'll start with the great news this year. This one right here, if I can point out, that is one of them. That's Skujins-675, and it actually it's only about 30 inches tall, which is 6 times taller than it ever got in the field, so that's pretty good. Next one we're going to look at is C16. This one right here, it's not doing as well because it wasn't. So the first one that we looked at there, that one that's been in the ground. This is its 3rd summer. This one I just put in this year, so it's getting established. This is Arthur. So that's also probably about 32 inches tall right now. It's looking good. The top is about there. Can't see it for all this in the background, but you can see it there. So that's what it did out in the field when it found the rock pile. And so that's telling me that the ground is plenty warm enough for it here. The issue it had before, though, was the rock pile didn't make it quite warm enough, and so what ended up happening is it would never flower because they require warmer soil to produce flower buds than they do to actually grow. So we're hoping that the ground out here is significantly warmer than out in the field, even with the rock pile. So let's see, most of these we've actually replanted this year. Pulled out a bunch and put new ones in. This one we didn't. This is Pilgrim grape. It's a little bit less vigorous than the others, but it's been in the ground for 3 years. I cut it way back. It was, I think, up to about here. But I cut it way back, first of all, because there was a lot of buds that weren't pushing on it, and it hadn't been trained right the first time. And then I also want to propagate it because it's the only vine I've got of it, and I didn't want to ask for it again. So that one. This one is the only one I think it's actually consistently hardened off, and of course it's a wild spontaneous cross, so it's not particularly useful. What in the world is happening here? We saw the darn. Okay, so this looks like hopefully just wind damage here. Duke and I went out for a walk yesterday, trotting down the road as a neighborhood porcupine. I'm like, no. So I tried to catch it, wasn't successful. We got some spray to hopefully keep it away from him. But anyway, it is, something's damaging them. No, sorry, use my phone, I'm not good at, that's all right. Okay, so anyway, I think that is really the ones I want to show you. Like I said, most of them we dug up this year and planted other varieties because the ones that had been in here weren't very good. They didn't grow very well, so we put in some different varieties that we hoped would do better. And we also interplanted, so now they're on 3-foot spacings instead of 6. 6 is a little bit overkill in this area. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I think that, oh, I should show you Baltica. It's so we had Baltica we planted 3 years ago. I suspect it's now dead. Not good, but it has not come back yet this year. So it had some issues, and it hasn't come back yet this year, so it's probably dead. So we planted another one. We'll try again, and it's just not too happy. Of course, those are the ones that would actually have the best chance of ripening up here, but it just doesn't shut down in the fall. So anyway, we're going to be, and for those of you who might be watching it from Minnesota, there's Frontenac. Yeah, 3 years in the ground. It's not looking as good as Arthur. So we've been watering them 6 gallons a week, each vine. Hauling in water the last several weeks because, of course, we didn't save much water this year. Didn't get around to that. So we're doing that in about 2.5 weeks, we'll start pulling the bottom leaves off to expose the shoots. Like down here at Arthur, it's got quite a few leaves in the front, and that blocks the sunlight. And so, I mean, there's some of that shoot. Actually, that's not too bad exposure. That's not too bad exposure up here. But if they're shaded by a leaf, you'll know by late September, because there'll be a big green spot right here, right behind where the leaf was. So we have to pull the leaves. And then we'll tip them, I guess, mid-August, something they do in the Baltic states, Baltic countries, I mean. And they tip them quite a ways back. So I usually just pull the top off of it, but they actually cut them way back. And that's supposed to help them harden off as well. So we'll try that. We're also going to experiment with limiting the August water, which we always get an abundance of. So we're going to try something for that, and hopefully get the ground dried out enough that they can shut down happily. So anyway, that's the update for MidSummer. Thanks for watching.